A widow stands on the steps of Wyoming's Capitol building, about to shatter a ceiling that women weren't supposed to reach for another century. What happens next will change American politics forever, and the story of how she got there will surprise you. Stay with me, because this isn't just history, it's a revolution disguised as grief. October 2nd, 1924. Nellie Tayloe Ross is at home in Cheyenne when she receives the news that will define her life. Her husband, Governor William Ross, has died suddenly following complications from an appendectomy. He was only 52 years old. She's a widow at 48, with 4 sons and absolutely no political experience. Nellie never wanted to be in politics. She was a teacher before marriage, a mother, a governor's wife who preferred quiet family dinners to campaign rallies. Politics was her husband's world, not hers, but Wyoming's Democratic Party has other ideas. Just weeks after William's death, party leaders approach Nellie with an extraordinary proposal. They want her to run for governor in the special election to complete her husband's term. She hesitates. She's grieving. She's never given a political speech. She's never even voted until a few years ago, when the 19th Amendment finally gave her that right. Here's where the story gets fascinating. Nellie says yes to running, but no to campaigning. She doesn't give speeches. She doesn't kiss babies. She doesn't travel the state shaking hands. Instead, she stays home in Cheyenne, in mourning, while others campaign on her behalf. Some called it dignity. Others called it a strategy. But the truth was more straightforward. Nellie was grieving, and Wyoming voters respected that. Her campaign slogan was essentially, "Continue Governor Ross's policies." She was running not as Nellie Tayloe Ross politician, but as William Ross's widow, his legacy. November 4th, 1924. Nellie wins by over 8,000 votes, becoming the first woman elected governor in American history. But here's the twist. She wasn't even the first woman to serve as governor that day. 15 days earlier, on January 5th, she was inaugurated, but another woman, Miriam Ma Ferguson of Texas, had actually been inaugurated just hours earlier. January 5th, 1925, Nellie Tayloe Ross takes the oath of office. The nation's press descends on Cheyenne. Photographers capture every moment. This quiet, reluctant politician has become a sensation simply by existing in a space women weren't supposed to occupy. January 5th, 1925, Nellie Tayloe Ross takes the oath of office. The nation's press descends on Cheyenne. Photographers capture every moment. This quiet, reluctant politician has become a sensation simply by existing in a space women weren't supposed to occupy. And that might be the most radical thing about her. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, a political historian at the University of Wyoming, explains, Nellie didn't need to be loud about being a woman. Her presence was the statement. Every decision she made, every law she signed, every meeting she led, she was proving that women belonged in the room where it happens. During her 2-year term, Nellie fights for banking reform, advocates for better roads in rural areas, and supports enforcement of prohibition. She works 12-hour days. She reads every bill that crosses her desk. She proves that gender has nothing to do with competence. But in 1926, she lost her re-election bid. The Republican wave sweeps Wyoming, and Nellie returns to private life. Many assumed that was the end of her political story. They were wrong. In 1933, President Franklin Roosevelt appointed her director of the United States Mint. She becomes the first woman to hold this position, and she'll keep it for 20 years, longer than any other director in history. She supervises the production of billions of coins, manages Mint employees, and once again proves her quiet competence. What makes Nellie's story so powerful isn't that she fought to break barriers. It's that she walked through them when they opened. She didn't seek power, but when it came to her, she wielded it with grace and effectiveness. Think about that. In 1925, women had only been able to vote for 5 years. Most Americans still believed women's place was in the home. Yet here was Wyoming, electing a woman to lead the entire state, not because she was loud or aggressive or demanding, but because she was capable, trustworthy, and ready. Maria Chen, whose grandmother met Nellie Ross in the 1930s, shares, "My grandmother always said that Nellie didn't make a fuss. She just showed up and did the work, and that was more powerful than any speech could be." So here's what January 5th, 1925 really represents. It's the moment when America had to confront the fact that leadership doesn't require a particular gender. It just involves courage, competence, and character. Nellie Tayloe Ross didn't set out to be a pioneer. She set out to honor her husband's legacy and serve her state. In doing so, she opened doors for every woman who would follow. The next time you think you're not ready for something big, remember Nellie. She wasn't prepared either. She was grieving. She was uncertain. She had never done it before. But she showed up anyway, and she changed history simply by doing the job well. Nellie's story teaches us that sometimes the most powerful act is simply showing up when everyone expects you to stay home. Have you ever taken on a role you didn't feel ready for? Maybe it was after a loss, like Nellie. Perhaps it was stepping into a parent's business after they passed. Maybe it was raising your siblings when tragedy struck. These moments when you found strength you didn't know you had, those are the stories your family needs to preserve. What wisdom did you gain from doing something you never planned to do? How did grief or loss transform you into someone stronger? Your grandchildren need to know that you faced the impossible and survived, that you took on responsibilities that terrified you, that you proved to yourself and others what you were capable of. These stories of reluctant courage are the ones that permit others to be brave. Write about the time you had to be strong when you wanted to fall apart. Document the moment you stepped into a role you never auditioned for. Record the wisdom you gained from being forced to grow. Because just like Nellie never imagined she'd inspire millions by simply doing her job, you might never know which of your stories becomes someone else's source of strength. Your legacy isn't just what you achieved, it's the courage you showed when achievement wasn't even the goal. History Sparks celebrates the everyday heroes who changed the world without meaning to, the people who led when they only wanted to grieve, who served when they only wanted to survive. If you've ever had to find strength in the most challenging moments, if you've ever done something you never thought you could do, subscribe to our channel. Join a community that honors quiet courage, reluctant bravery, and the power of simply showing up. Hit that notification bell, and let's keep discovering that the most extraordinary stories often begin with ordinary people facing extraordinary circumstances.